biomedical engineering and then got into IT. So don't worry if you don't have any degree in computer science, that's totally fine. Okay. So from someone who's like transitioning from non-IT to IT, the major struggles that you guys are going to have is, first of all, how an IT or a software company works. You don't know the business model, or if you don't know like exactly the process that they're following. And you want to add something in your resume where you want to show the interviewer that you are, even though you have a domain knowledge, healthcare domain knowledge, or you know about US healthcare, or you know about specifically domain knowledge, you exactly don't know in IT how a business analyst will work, how to gather requirements, what are the software tools they will use. Okay, software tools they will use, and what are the different techniques that they're going to follow. That is very, very different from like all the BPO companies or the RCM companies. So because in any kind of BPO or any kind of RCM companies, right, it's totally, you'll have very access to learn any software. Okay, they're going to train you on a particular software, and what you will do is, as a data entry specialist or a claims analyst specialist or any medical coder, medical biller, or even a medical for this transcription process also, they will train you on a particular software, and you will get login or access to that particular software, and they will exactly tell you what you need to do. If you're going to take a patient's chart, and for example, this patient is coming for fever, this is the code, this is how you need to do all the entry, and this is how you have to submit. So that is like, you're not going to think anything out of the box, and it's like very, very, very organized process, right? It's a standard process that they're following, and you need to, they'll give you training a couple of months. You will grasp all the concepts, and then you're going to like use the one or two maybe softwares, and then that's it. But you will have a thorough knowledge on patients' records, on US healthcare, what is like medical billing, coding, or payment, everything. In domain knowledge, I think you guys will have great knowledge who has worked in healthcare projects. But as a BA, the very first skill that you have to develop is in IT, right? The expectation is, first you need to have good communication skills. Okay. So good communication means not talking in American accent. That is not considered as good communication. Good communication in the sense exactly to get to talk to a stakeholder and get requirements. Okay, proper requirements, accurate requirements. That is good communication. Also, okay, so let me. Okay, so getting that requirements and also leading the project. So you need to have a mindset that even though you don't have any knowledge as a BA, even though you don't have any experience as a BA, but subconsciously you have to train your mind that I am already a lead BA. I can lead a team. I can lead a group of developers. I can lead a group of testers, and I can schedule a call with 50 stakeholders, and I can be a primary lead. That's the mindset you're going to have. Only if you have that mindset in the interview, you can crack the interview, because interviewer is going to see your confidence, and then he's going to be like, let me give a chance to this person, because that's the primary quality that team project manager is expecting, and also scrum master is expecting. They don't want someone in an entry level in today's world. Let me be honest with you, nobody wants a junior BA person. They don't have the time or the budget to train you. Nobody wants to do that. And you know how expensive is training period and all that, so salary is going to be very less. And most of you already, you guys are working, you have a pay. And so to do the transition, I would like expect you to be picture perfect on from day one. So when you get an interview, you have to like clear that interview, right? So in order to, for example, in the next 2 months, I'm going to like completely be confident all this in BA concepts. And when I get a very first interview, I'm going to crack that interview. So in order to do that, how can I plan the like this learning process? What should I do? I know BA is like very there's a very good career path in IT, and you're going to get the same pay as the developer. These are the pros, right? So you're going to have good pay, and you're going to work from home. Okay, these are the pros. Work from home, and then you're going to you're going to have good work-life balance. Okay, work-life balance.
Pratibha, when you're typing, we can't see. I can't see, maybe.
You're not, that's what I'm asking. Can you see my word? No. Okay, let me.
No,
No,
no.
we are able to see only slide which you're sharing.
Okay, can you see
Yeah.
now?
Yes, yes.
Now you
Yes,
can.
yes, now we can see. Yes, yes.
Okay, so sorry about that. That's what earlier I asked if you can see my Word document. Okay, so first thing, like to get motivation to learn or to transition your career, you need to have a good mindset, because I don't want to like put a lot of level of effort and then think that okay, this is not for me, and I don't want you to take it like very easy. This is a very good career. People will say that AI is going to take business analysis jobs. There is no scope for business analysis and all. But in their home itself, somebody will be in that role only. So do not believe all that. It's a very good career option. I'm from a non-IT background. I transitioned my career from non-IT to IT. I had a degree in biomedical engineering, and in an IT, I really performed well. And I also see that compared to computer science graduates, these people from non-IT background will really perform well in the IT industry, because you guys will think out of the box from a user perspective, not from a very technical perspective. From the end user perspective, we will have an out of box thinking. So it is really good. Actually, it is an advantage from if you're going from non-IT to IT. Don't think it is a lack of knowledge or you don't have enough skills. No, it's absolutely the opposite. You will have out of box thinking, and you will have enough like when you get the requirements right, you will not think on only the developer's perspective or from a testing perspective. You'll actually think from the customer end user or the end customer, or from the business owner's perspective. You'll be able to think because you are from non-IT, right? So you'll always think like, if I develop this application, how will the end user feel it, or how my business owner is going to, because he's from non-IT background, so how he is going to use this application. So you will have that perspective, and that is really required because you'll be working in a lot of IT projects. So that knowledge is actually required. So that's a good thing. Don't think it's a disadvantage. It's all going to be advantage only. Next is to get real motivation for you to do self study, because nobody is guiding you, and nobody is saying that you have to transition a career. You already have a career, or you're already settled in a family, so you're good. But to get enough motivation, think about these three things. First is good pay. You're going to have absolutely nice pay as a software developer. Next is you're going to have work from home options, because it's going to be IT. Maximum companies, right? They want, you can at least have this hybrid model of going to office for 2 or 3 days, and then coming back, and then maybe 2 days you can work from home. It's going to be either hybrid, or you're going to completely remote and work from home, depending upon whatever wherever you work. In US, mostly work from home, or you can do hybrid modeling, and then good work life balance. So just imagine the effort that whatever you're adding here in BPO, right? If you're in BPO companies or you're in RCM companies, the growth is absolutely zero after a few years. After 40, after 45, you can become a team manager, or you can become, a team lead or a manager. And then after that, there is nothing to do. You can only change companies from one RCM company to another RCM company to another RCM company. And even that, there will be a location constraint. So the growth is going to be compared to IT, in the RCM or BPO companies, the growth is going to be very slow. Also, like the stress level in the BPO sector is going to be very high. You know how they are monitoring on your logins, and then how much you are checking in the systems and all that, right? It's kind of very like routine, and you are not happy with that. That's why you want to change your career, right, from non-IT to IT. So for real motivation, nobody is monitoring you. Nobody is going to say that, come on, learn all these courses, become a BA in next day itself. Nobody is going to tell that. So first you need to have motivation in anything, like whatever you want to become. You need to have motivation. Because self learn is the tough thing. Okay, so you need to have motivation. You need to constantly put your effort every day, 30 minutes, 1 hour. That will definitely pay in like 2 or 3 months. Okay, don't think that I'm, but also like you need to know what you want to learn. What is the gap that you have to do? You have to self analyze and say, right now, what are my skills? What am I lacking? And then how I can improve every day. And that once you like transition or like you learn the concept, or once you have enough skills built and that confidence is increasing inside yourself, only then you're going to crack the interview. Until then, if you even attend 50 interviews, people are going to get rejected. I see a lot of comments, people emailing me saying that I attended 20 interviews, I'm not able to pass. I'm lacking you all the interview skills. Can you give me like the top 100 interview questions? That's what they're saying. Interview questions is fine, but that basic quality of becoming a BA, you should have a good understanding of like what is a BA, how can I become a BA? I'm from non-IT, can I become a BA? Absolutely, you can become a BA. Okay, this is not a very like a very technical job. This is a semi-technical role. Okay, so this is a semi-technical role. So don't have any kind of like doubts on yourself. So first thing is you need to have good communication. I've already told you. Good communication means not talking in American accent. It's about like communicating properly and accurately to the stakeholders to get accurate requirements. Okay, the very first call, you have to give them an impression that you are an expert as a BA, you know what your application is doing, and you know how to like exactly write on questions and ask them requirements, and also in a very friendly manner. It's not like you're dominating or anything. That like the professional rapport that you need to develop. Okay, and the next thing is some of the software tools. For example, like I've already told about Jira and Confluence, so I think you guys are aware on Jira and Confluence, but someone has typed about what is wireframe and all. So tomorrow I'm going to teach you one of the wireframe techniques on how to draw UI diagrams. Okay. And then all this design flow charts and all, like from a front-end perspective, how to draw these diagrams and all, I'm going to teach in tomorrow's class. But in today's introduction class, I just want to like clear your doubts if you're having any kind of doubts during this career transition, or if you're doing this transition for a very long time, for more than 6 months, then you are doing something mistake in your learning process. If you are constantly learning and you are not able to clear the interview, so something you have to change in your self-learning system, because you're not doing the right thing and you're not learning properly the concept. That's what I would say. So first learn about basically what is the requirement for a BA in around your location. What are the different kind of BA jobs available? What is exactly the job description? What they want? Apart from domain concepts, what is their expectation? So for example, stakeholder analysis, gap analysis, and then needs to have some kind of SQL skills, okay, and also reporting skills. If they're asking you for these kind of skills, then you need to like learn those concepts. You know that these are the few companies. For example, you are in Hyderabad, you know what are the companies around your area. Okay, and these are the BA jobs available in that area. So I have to get into one of those companies. Then these are these very specific skills they're going to ask. So you have to really like narrow down your search to very like you have to be laser focused on exactly what is the job description that they want. Accordingly, you need to learn and you need to put it in your resume and you need to present your case to the interviewer. Otherwise, your resume is not going to get picked up. First of all, even though you learn something on your own, you create a resume and you expect that interviewer to call you. No, your resume should be when the HR sees your resume, right, he needs to pick your resume. That's the first thing. In order for that to do, you need to put these skills according to job description. Okay, according to if Cognizant is displaying any job description, whatever is in the job description, that needs to be in your resume. Okay, I'm not asking you to fake things. That's different. So whatever is in the job description, it needs to be in the resume. But you should also know about those concepts. That's what I'm saying. So you need to do a laser focused research. Research on, first of all, what are the jobs available near my area? Okay, BA jobs, okay, and what are the IT companies available near my area, and what is the exact expectation? Let me take each and every job description, and then whether my skills match this job description. If it's not, then you're going to write down what is the skill gap you have. Okay, What is the skill gap I have? So I don't know SQL. Okay, number one, I'm going to learn SQL. I don't know about stakeholder analysis. I'm going to learn that. I don't know about gap analysis. I'm going to learn that. Or I don't know about how to draw a process flow diagram. I'm going to learn that. So you're going to create a document for yourself to do this skill gap. Okay. And then you're going to write down, for all these jobs, this is what is required, and I don't have that skill, and I'm going to learn it. It can take a week or two, or it can take 1 or 2 months. I'm not asking you to be an expert of every topic, but if the interviewer is asking you, have you worked on any wireframe tools, you need to answer something about that. So or have you drawn a process flow diagram? Give me an example. You need to know what is that. Do you know what is SWOT analysis? If they ask that, something you need to know about the topic and you need to answer, right? You cannot say otherwise you will get tensed in the interview and you will become blank, and you will become like, you cannot, nothing will come out of your mouth. They're going to be like, thank you, okay, fine, leave. So to become very confident in the interview, you need to have at least like 90% of the concepts in the job description. You need to be aware of what are the concepts, what are the software tools, and whether you know about those tools, whether you can answer properly. So that's the first thing you have to do while transitioning your career. Because I see that many people are going to different business analyst training, they're learning all the concepts, but they are not doing the gap analysis for what is the expectation in reality, in real world, in every company, in what is a CTS HR is expecting, what is a TCS HR is expecting, what is a project manager in CTS, what is their expectation. Okay. And I can also go, I'm going to tell you, like, nobody is going to train you, nobody is going to hire a junior BA, nobody is going to have time and budget to train you, and from basically nobody is going to train you. You have to train yourself. And while you are getting the very first interview, make sure you crack it. So for you have to plan accordingly, like for 1 month or 2 months, what kind of self study I'm going to do, how I'm going to do this gap analysis. So you have to take a paper or a pen, write down, search for all the jobs in your local area, and then write down and do that skill gap analysis. Otherwise you're going to miss a lot, because you'll be constantly learning and you don't know where you are lacking. Okay, does anybody have doubts? If you have any doubts, let me know. If you are having a hard time doing your career transition, please give your inputs and I can tell you what to do.
I don't have any doubts, but I have a question. During my research, I noticed that there are two categories of business analysts. There is the IT and there's also the non-IT. And I know I have been advised to at least get a general overview of all aspects of the BA, but I think I am tending towards the non-IT BA. Can you throw some light on it, please?
What
And
is
the reason why I'm pardon?
what's the company that you are trying to get the job? Can you name the company?
I'm looking at industries that don't have to do with software of generating softwares for their app. So I'll say the insurance industry, the retail, yeah, companies like that. Because when I've looked at the business, some job descriptions, I know not all of them have requested that you should have knowledge on SDLC for. So I want more light. I want you to throw more light on non-IT BA.
So in Nigeria, wherever you are located, right? Do they? I mean, is non-IT companies more or IT companies more? So you're saying
Okay,
like,
so I don't
yeah.
look at. I'm not looking at Nigeria. I'm looking at getting a foreign job. So I haven't looked locally. I look at US and European countries.
Right. So you're going to transition from Nigeria to US. That's what you're saying. Am I getting it right?
Yes. So I'm
Okay.
looking at Canada, but I'm looking at
Canada and US,
US
right?
is my yes.
Right. I have a friend from Nigeria, so who is like I known her for 3 years, and she is a BCBA here. So I'll tell you. how it's in US. So in US, right, basically in US and Canada, it's more IT only. It's not like a non-IT company. So the problem is when you are doing this immigration from a different country, from other parts of the world to in US, here the scope, or in Canada too, okay, the scope for getting a work permit in Canada or in US is like, first thing is you have to be in IT industry. Of course, you can be in non-IT, but I can say that 95% immigration work permit is going to be given to a software engineer or someone from IT department. That I can guarantee you, because here they have enough people who can get into this non-IT role. The US citizens or Canadians who are having their citizenship right, they have enough non-technical knowledge because they know the business process. Okay, more than us, they know the business process, and also it's easy for them to speak their own language and get that job. If you really want to transition your career from Nigeria to US or Canada, I think you have a work permit, right? You can directly, like, do you know what is the process? What is H1B and all that? How to get into US and Canada and all?
For the US, no, but for Canada, working on the relocation for that.
Yeah. So do you know what is the like scoring that you have to get from your side? Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you see that application form? What is their expectation? Are they expecting you as like a specialty, like education as a special one, or even non-IT is fine?
For Canada, they when you look at the job descriptions, yes, quite a number of them want you to have some background with some tools and also communication skills with clients, and also some of the things like requirements gathering and all. So I don't, the job I do doesn't necessarily have the term requirements gathering and elicitation, but thing that I can do, I can transition very well into. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me take an example. Okay. You can become a business analyst in non-IT also. Okay. That's totally fine. You can become, but what I'm saying is, if you're transitioning from anywhere to the US, especially, the H1B visa is like specifically designed for software specialty. So you have to become something, you have to put your resume something that you have worked in IT. Only then the visa is going to get approved. Okay. That I can say. But if you're getting into Canada and if you want to specifically get into a non-IT BA, so that also from a health, so what you will do is, from a healthcare perspective, everything is going to be product designing only. Like, nobody wants to create if inside healthcare itself, if you are a non-IT person or a non-IT BA, you may be not directly working with the developers or testers, or you may not have a contact with the IT department. But what you will do is, as a non-IT BA, what you will do is, you will just be responsible for gathering the requirements and documentation. Okay, so your roles and responsibilities for a non-IT BA stops there. So you will get the requirements from the stakeholders and you will document things, and that's it. You're not going to interact with your developers. You're not going to interact with your testers, because that is specifically for an IT BA to work. So the difference between this non-IT BA and IT BA is, for non-IT, you need to have domain knowledge, all this basic documentation knowledge, creating BRDs and all that. And then you need to have, so how to create all these SLA documents. So SOW, and then all these basic documents, maybe that is what is required. But you will not be interacting with the developers or testers, or you will not be doing this UAT testing, or you will not be getting this UAT sign off. So that's the difference between this non-IT BA and IT BA. You got it?
Yes, I do. Does that also affect your career progression, and also does that affect your
Yeah,
career progression?
of course it affects your career. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So because people already in Canada will do have, so what's the difference when you're writing your work permit application? What makes you
Okay.
very special in your industry? What makes you like an expert? Something technical will make you an expert. That's
Make
why,
an expert.
like,
Okay.
something technical is going to become an expert, because the citizens are not very aware of all this software. It's too much for them. It's too complicated for them. That's
Okay.
why they are going to give you a work permit. When a citizen can do all this work by themselves, they have good English than us, they can communicate very well than us. So why are going to they give you a work permit if a citizen can do that job? What makes you special?
Okay. All right.
You got
So
the point. You want to fill the
yes, I
application, you
do.
need to put some kind of speciality in your career, right?
Okay.
So it's better
Yes.
you learn some of the software tools or something, and so that will add your work permit application, that will add value to your application actually.
Okay. So I have this question. Are you saying that now BA is most?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You went on mute.
Sorry, I'm at work and I'm trying to, and there was a bit of noise. So are you saying that business analyst is mostly having to relate with software development, business analysis? Because what I understand is that you can be a business analyst to gather requirements and also for projects for companies, but it doesn't necessarily have to be creating a software to resolve a need for a company. So is business analysis majorly around developing a software to meet a need for a company and their companies?
In US and in India, yes. I would say in US, if you are a plain vanilla BA and you know only to gather requirements and you don't know how to